Hi, I'm Gail Minogue again, and I wanted to continue on part 2 of what I was talking about, the collapse of our society. And it isn't just in America, but you can see it going on around the world, where there's more what we'll call noise going on. And I wanted to give you some examples of what you see and what I believe are the collapsing areas that won't come back, and you're going to have to change them for real. And you can't go back to, quote, just build back better theme. What does that mean, build back better? So anyway, one of the big areas that we just went through, or we're in the middle of still, is the pandemic. And the pandemic was a great catalyst of change. Had we not had the pandemic, we wouldn't have accelerated our growth. We wouldn't have been able to join in with the rest of the world and see the world's dysfunction, and then really see our own dysfunction here in America in all the areas that we have ignored for the last few hundred years. And it just shows the hypocrisy of what we have done, where we, quote, we're saying one thing and then we go out and do another. So one of the areas that you will see great changes come is in the medical field, because here the nurses are all charging more, wanting more, going on strike. This is unheard of. And the same with other industries going on strike. Kaiser just, I think, resolved their issue. You have workers now taking a priority above the employer. And this is a first, because before they had no real power. This is not going to change. You now see that you will not be able to just pay a group of people a low wage with no benefits and say that's okay, you're lucky to have the job. I went to California Pizza Kitchen the other night. My husband is in a wheelchair, and when I got there, the place was packed, but there were no one seating. There was like 2 tables. That was it. Everything was empty. There were not enough servers. So because he was in a wheelchair, they said, sit anywhere you like. And yet all these other people are waiting for a table and waiting for servers. This is a change in America, where you have the worker has many more rights and will continue to have them than they had in the past. So much of the profit made in capitalism goes to the corporation, not the worker. So this is going to have a whole look-see at how corporations function, all right? And also some industries are going to just flat out collapse. And this will also make big changes in your health care, okay? It's in your, all these kinds of energies, in your transportation. They're now having discussions about the merit system in America. Is it convoluted? We started that a long, long time ago, thinking you could get a government job on the merit system. But now this system is corrupted as well. And it has all these pensions and programs that the average worker doesn't have. So this has to be broken down and apart. You have the members of Congress staying in office 50 years. We just had Leahy from Vermont decide to quit and give it to someone else to run, but he's only been there 50 years. And we have 88-year-old somebody from, I think it's Iowa, running again as a senator, and he'll be in his 90s. And they make their career out of government instead of allowing this to turn over so people can come in. There are no term limits. All this is a system that is breaking down. The citizens haven't realized yet that they have a say. They've allowed their representatives to have the say. So the Aquarian period, that's going to start. That has already started, but it's now in full swing. You will have to make changes in your lifestyle, in how you present yourself in the world, in a more rational human being. How do you want society to be? You want it crazy like it is now, with social media just running the show and running completely amok with no editing, it's up to the corporation if they want to shut you down or not. You have no right, they have it all. And see, this is the situation now that's coming out. People don't want to lose all their privacy. And that yet in the Aquarian Age, it's always going to be about it's always going to be about data, privacy, surveillance, okay? And it's always going to be about the mind. Your work now is going to be in the mind, not the back, not the brawn. So you're going to find AI is, even though AI has done a great job, the people don't even understand yet how intelligence works. So when they're trying to make artificial intelligence, it can go off the rails in many situations, where it just did with a company called Zillow, which is losing 2,000 employees because it couldn't figure out how the correct way to price housing. All right, and so this is what I'm talking about. Is the Aquarian Age has wonderful qualities to it, and it will be highly internet connected, and cryptocurrency is another thing that we could talk about another day. That's on the horizon. Cryptocurrency is not going away. And if you notice that the Staples Center in Los Angeles is now called Crypto.com from the company in Singapore, and has a 20-year license for that name of the Staples Center in downtown LA. So these are all part of the Aquarian Age, high-tech, rational thinking, cultural more, not about heavy industry, controlling the land, etc., etc. That's a thing of the past. The more you go that way, the more you concentrate this power, the more you will be collapsed and being exposed. So you're seeing now, they don't like it that there's a certain part of society that controls most of all the money. So these are the things that the Aquarian Age will change. But the Aquarian Age is 2,000 years long, and you're only in the beginning of it. So you have to collapse the old system. You have to expose it. So you can expect the breakup of a lot of empires, a lot of hierarchies, and a lot of this business of accumulation of stuff. One of the problems we've had with the supply chain is Americans have been buying and around the world too much stuff they don't really need. So again, this is consumption, all part of the old way of behaving. We will consume less. You will see that. And if you won't do it voluntarily, you're forced to do it. You're forced to be patient and wait. You're forced to do with less. You're forced to cook at home. You're forced to do things because you wouldn't learn any other way. That's what's happened to us. We wouldn't learn that we would take better care of our body. More and more people who got the COVID had bodies that needed to be better maintained their whole life. And these were many of the people who had diabetes or comorbidity. So how are we going to teach us? And we learn the hard way. So we have to go through this transition, and these are just some of the examples. So I hope I haven't depressed you. There's a lot of good stuff coming. You wait till the 2030s. Whoopee. I mean, even new skin, okay? Think about it, getting new skin. So those are good things that are on the horizon coming with the scientific breakthroughs. And also COVID is giving a lot of scientific breakthroughs, so that's the upside of it all. Okay, we won't bore you anymore. You can get in touch with me at gailminogue.com, and thank you.